If you've ever wondered what it would be like to go on a wild rock climbing adventure but are too scared to actually do it in real life, then this is the game for you. Today, I'm going to be grinding down Jusant, the climbing simulator game that sees you journey from the bottom of the dried up ocean all the way to the top of the world. If you're new here, my name is Beck, aka Caffeinated Chaos Click, and I make content all about indie games. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more indie game reviews, recommendations, playthroughs, and more. Without further ado, let's grind this game down and see how it brews. Jusant is one of those games that will truly stay with you forever. The story is absolutely beautiful and captivating, and may just leave you in tears at the end as it brings in all the feels. What makes this game particularly interesting is that there is actually no narration in the game at all. In fact, there is no talking whatsoever. Instead, the story is told through the world itself via the stunning cutscenes, the landscape of the world, and the various diary entries and notes scattered throughout the game. The story follows you, the main character, as you make your way from the bottom of the dried up ocean to the top of the seemingly endless tower with your little buddy, a very cute creature that you'll come to find is called a ballast. As you journey up, you'll be taken through various different ruins, each giving insight into what civilization once looked like, and notes and diary entries will see you follow some characters as they live out the drying up of the ocean and all of the consequences it brings. The story is achingly sad in parts and at the same time beautiful, drawing you in from the very first moment you start the game. The story and world building, Jusant is definitely fully captivating. The game mechanics of Jusant are simple in nature but can be really difficult to master, especially if you're a little bit unco like myself. Each of your mouse buttons functions as one of your hands, so to climb you need to alternate the buttons whilst also using your keyboard to determine the direction you want to reach. Add in some jumping, rappelling down cliff faces, and the dreaded swinging, and you've got a game that makes for a really interesting game experience. As you progress, you'll find things get more complicated with variables like rock creatures and the wind coming into play, but overall the game feels really achievable to play. There are definitely some parts that you may have to do a few times to get, but having anchor points that you can place, as well as well-placed ledges and relays, mean that it doesn't get frustrating to play. You definitely won't find yourself rage quitting this one. Overall, the mechanics are really well done in this game, making the game challenging enough to be interesting, but also completely achievable. For game mechanics, I'm rating Jusant as fully caffeinated. I cannot even begin to describe how beautiful this game is. The graphic design is absolutely stunning, transporting you into the Jusant world. The attention to detail is phenomenal, and it's easy to get lost within the game as there's just so much to take in. The cutscenes are stunning, and the way they integrate with the game world is seamless. All the different creatures are designed beautifully, and you'll quickly fall in love with your tiny companion. The climbing sections themselves feel realistic, and the entire design of the game is breathtaking. There were so many times throughout my playthrough that I literally just looked at the views and the game world because it is simply stunning. The sound design was an absolute standout for me. The music brings all of the feels and is designed so thoughtfully, changing in the right parts of the game to make it feel more intense or more peaceful, and it really just makes the game feel really wholesome. I love the cute sound effects your companion makes, and the addition of things like the soundscapes you can interact with really help create a breathtaking world. Overall, Jusant has one of the most immersive game environments I've ever encountered, with the graphic and sound design both being absolutely incredible and really creating something that is unique and so beautiful. For graphic and sound design, I'm rating Jusant as fully caffeinated. Jusant is like no other game I've ever played. The combination of the immersive game environment and the enriching story is done incredibly well, leaving no question as to what game you're playing, with it feeling really unique. The game mechanics are not something I've seen before, especially on a scale this large, and I feel like the climbing is realistic, and the addition of the other variables added in as you progress make it feel really challenging too. Jusant really is a one-of-a-kind game, so for originality, I'm rating Jusant as fully caffeinated. Jusant takes the cake as one of my favourite plays for this year. The game is completely immersive with a story that grabs you from the first moment, and a graphic and sound design that will leave you speechless. The mechanics are unique and challenging while still feeling achievable, and overall the game is absolutely breathtaking. I will say the game did challenge my PC a bit, and I found I had to drop some settings to get it to really run smoothly. So if your computer is on the older side, I'd recommend checking the recommended specs before purchasing. But overall, this is a game that knocks it out of the park, and one I would highly recommend playing. We've ground the beans, and we've carefully weighed and pressed the grinds and brewed this game down. Now it's time for a taste test. Jusant is fully caffeinated. Jusant is available to purchase on Steam and is playable on Xbox Game Pass. You can find the links in the description below, and that's where we're going to wrap up this review video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more indie game content like reviews, playthroughs, recommendations, and more. And if you're interested in being part of the fully chaotic and always caffeinated live gameplay experience, make sure to hit the notification bell here on YouTube or head over to my Twitch or TikTok and watch my live streams there. Until next time.